It's very important for you to be mindful of who you're around, because you're going to talk like them. You're going to do the things they do. You're going to think like them. You're going to pick up their habits and their behaviors.
We don't want to end up doing the bad thing and doing bad things that other people are doing and bad stuff. We want to be known as the good person, the person that hangs around good people.
Staying connected to the people who are holding you back, the people who keep you going right back to the same old habits, will always keep you stuck. You need to escape those people. You have to get them up out of your space. You got to get from around them, and you got to get in the rooms with the people who are already where you are trying to get to.
If you're around someone who's more disciplined, more skilled, or just doing something you admire, your brain's reward system lights up, but it can also activate pain circuits, like when you feel left behind or not good enough. And that discomfort isn't just emotional, it's neuro, and it often pushes people to improve or adapt.
Just a reminder that happy people encourage, attractive people compliment, and successful people support. And those who have nothing to offer bring you down.
This is about to be a real conversation. Come on and have a seat. Chillax. Surround yourself with people who empower you, believe in you, support you, uplift you, motivate you, and appreciate you. That's the goal, right? They say you are who you hang around with. You know that quote, birds of a feather flock together. And honestly, after looking at my own life and observing others, I believe that it's 100% the truth. And I came across a video that explained it in the simplest of terms, the most powerful way, to a child. A mom talking to her son about being careful with who you surround yourself with, using something as basic as grass and trees. Watch this.
You are who you hang around. You see all of these bushes right here?
Yes.
Now turn around and look at all of these orange and yellow plants. Okay, now you see all of these plants right here, the ones that are kind of pokey, standing up straight?
Yes.
So you remember the first set of bushes that I showed you, they were all growing the same way. They all look the same.
Yes.
And then the orange and yellow flowers, they were all growing the same way. Each and every set of bushes or flowers, they all look pretty similar, right?
Right.
Those flowers are growing the same way and they look similar because they're around each other. Same with the bushes, same with the plants, same with the trees. That's why sometimes when we go out to parks and you see a bunch of dead grass, the healthy grass becomes dead because of the dead grass. It's very important for you to be mindful of who you're around, because you're going to talk like them. You're going to do the things they do. You're going to think like them. You're going to pick up their habits and their behaviors. You know how people say to you, you talk just like your mom. You sound just like your mom.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Yeah, because I hang around you a lot. I'm around you.
Right. So either I'm going to be a good influence or I'm going to be a bad influence. And same with your friends. Same with the people you choose to have in your inner circle. They're either going to be a good influence or they're going to be a bad influence. So it's very important for you to choose wisely who you hang around. If you're around people who say bad words, you think you're going to end up saying bad words?
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe at first you might be like, nah, I don't say that, I don't do that. But eventually you're going to slip up and start saying it. If you're around people who is stealing and making these bad choices, do you think that you're going to end up stealing and making those bad choices?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because that's who you're around. But say you're around people who are good role models, good influences, who are making good choices, who speak with respect, who help other people when they fall down and show kindness. Do you think you're going to pick that up?
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, absolutely. When you go back to school this year, you don't want to be around the kids who are doing bad stuff behind the teacher's back. Who's stealing, who's hitting, who's lying, who's being mean. We don't want those to be our close friends. You can maybe help them and guide them to do better, but we don't want them to be our close friends. We want to be around the kids who are being respectful, okay, who are listening to what the teacher is telling them to do, who are making good choices. What did you learn?
I learned that instead we want to be around the good people who do the right thing, the people who are doing good, want to eat healthy, and also are choosing to be around other good people. We don't want to end up doing the bad thing and doing bad things that other people are doing and bad stuff. We want to be known as the good person, the person that hangs around good people. Same with like the plants and trees. They're growing together because they're hanging around each other and they're growing strong.
Yep. Yes, that is very true.
That mom explained it in the most beautiful way, using nature. You know, I love me some nature. Healthy trees and bushes that grow together, thrive together. I talked about surviving versus thriving before. I'm telling you, I'm linking all my videos to this one. But when healthy grass is surrounded by dead grass, over time that deadness spreads. The same thing happens in life, right? If you surround yourself with negativity, gossip, lack mindset, complaining, fear, low expectations, it slowly starts to become normal for you too. They say energy spreads. Energy spreads. Like negativity, we always talk about how negativity spreads. We need more positivity. See, Mom said you are who you surround yourself with, who you hang with. This quote has been around for years because it's true. Another version says you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You start to have their same mindset. That's why they come up with the word, groupthink. When people all start thinking alike or they're in an echo chamber, because you're surrounding yourself with the same types of people. That mindset, the habits, the finances, the energy, and even how they speak starts to influence you. Iron sharpens iron, which means you can't stay sharp hanging around people who aren't growing, who aren't challenging you, who aren't elevating. Everybody around you is either sharpening you or dulling you, like that butter knife.
It is so important to have friends that align with your growth. Like, you can't just hang around people who want to drink, smoke, party, and hang out all the time. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying life. Please enjoy life by all means. But if you're enjoying life more than you're building your life, that is where the problem comes in. Like, especially if you know that you're someone who needs to be focused on building your life, that is a big red flag. And if you're someone who is focused on self-growth and you're trying to build your life or rebuild your life from the ground up, you're starting over fresh, you need to be around people who are already where you're trying to get to, or the people who are trying to get to the same place that you're trying to get to. Otherwise, staying connected to the people who are holding you back, the people who keep you going right back to the same old habits, will always keep you stuck. You need to escape those people. You have to get them up out of your space. You got to get from around them, and you got to get in the rooms with the people who are already where you are trying to get to, or the people who are on the same level that you're on and y'all both trying to build together. Those are the type of friends that you need when you're on the journey of self-growth, when you're on the journey of rebuilding yourself. Because if you stay connected to what broke you in the first place, you're going to always be broken. Get those people up out your life. You got to, if you want to grow. Otherwise, you're going to look up and you're going to still be in the same exact spot in 10 years. Your choice.
Now that sounds good, but let's be real for a second. Because a lot of us say we want this, but if we're honest, that's not always who we're surrounded by. Some of us are surrounded by people who doubt us, people who drain us, who compete with us. I talked about being in competition with your friends before. You know, sometimes we have what we call friends, but they're actually competing with us. And we don't even know it. Or we're surrounded by people who keep us stuck in the same place. And whether we realize it or not, that starts to change us. I talked about being stuck before. If you look at some of these previous videos, I'll put them at the top of the screen. They'll also be down in the description below. But when you think about it, they say you are who you hang around with. You got to hang around winners, so your wins don't sound like you're bragging. Because when you're around the wrong people, even your growth feels uncomfortable to share. I'm telling you, I talked about this before, talking about friends, how everybody can't come with you because there will be some envy or some jealousy that will creep in unexpectedly because you're not expecting it. You're hoping that everybody around you will celebrate you as you start to succeed, but that doesn't always happen. Unfortunately, as I like to say, unfortunately. I came across this clip of this doctor. So it's not just motivation talk. Science backs this up. Your brain is constantly adapting to the environment it's in. The longer you're around certain behaviors, the more your brain starts to normalize it.
You know that who you hang out with and surround yourself with can literally change your brain and who you are. This isn't just some motivational quote. There's actual neuroscience behind this. You see, your brain is constantly making social comparisons, even when you don't realize it. It's sizing you up against the people around you. If you're around someone who's more disciplined, more skilled, or just doing something you admire, your brain's reward system lights up, but it can also activate pain circuits, like when you feel left behind or not good enough. And that discomfort isn't just emotional, it's neuro, and it often pushes people to improve or adapt. In addition to that, your brain has something called the mirror neuron system. Basically, when you see someone doing something meaningful, like starting a business or crushing a workout or learning a language, your brain fires as if you were doing it. And that's the part why motivation is contagious. And it doesn't stop there. The mirror system connects with parts of your brain that assign value. So suddenly, the things they care about start to feel more important to you too. And it literally shifts your goals. And then there's your medial prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that's involved in how you see yourself. What's wild is that when you're close to someone or aspire to be like them, your brain starts to overlap your your identity with theirs. And that's why your environment matters so much. And finally, there's interpersonal synchrony. And think of it as real-time brain-to-brain alignment. When you're talking with someone you admire, your brain activity starts syncing with theirs. And that social alignment actually boosts learning and motivation. It's not magic. It's just your brain being incredibly social and adaptive. In the end, this isn't supposed about only hanging out with successful people. It's about being intentional with your environment. The people who challenge you, inspire you, and make you want to grow, they're actually shaping your brain in powerful and often invisible ways.
Now, I know we all heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Like I said before, you know it's an old saying. But it's a warning. You naturally want to start to align yourself with people who reflect your current mindset. It's natural. If you're in a certain environment, you stick around people in the same environment. But once you start to see outside of that environment, start to see some possibilities, that's when you're like, hold on, I can actually do something different here. Your mind starts to broaden. You start to see, more horizons as far as where you can go in life. You naturally start aligning with people who reflect your current mindset or your current environment. Healing people attract other healing people. They always say hurt people hurt people. And it's true. But ambitious people, let's think about this, attract other ambitious people. And that's where we want to go, right? Yes, we do. We do.
Just a reminder that happy people encourage, attractive people compliment, and successful people support. And those who have nothing to offer bring you down. And once you really understand that, you stop taking certain things personally. Because people who feel secure, they don't get threatened by your growth. They don't compete with you and they don't try to dim you. They clap, they share, and they make space. But when someone constantly criticizes you, minimizes you, or tries to humble you every time you shine, that is not confidence talking, that's insecurity. So instead of shrinking yourself and making others comfortable, pay attention to the pattern. The right people will push you forward. The wrong ones will try to pull you back. So choose your circle wisely.
I always say, think about it, think about it. If everyone around you is always broke, but constantly shopping, everyone is always in some drama or some type of gossip. Nobody talks about goals. Nobody invests in themselves. Everyone laughs at discipline. I talked about discipline recently. Look at my videos titled The Discipline Gap. But if you're hanging around everybody who's not doing the things that are putting them in alignment of becoming more, eventually that becomes your normal. And I want to say that we don't want to put the onus on the people that we're surrounded by. We are responsible for our own actions at all times, but you also want to make sure that you're responsible for your environment as much as you can be. Sometimes it's hard, but we got to start preparing ourselves to get out of certain environments, if you know what I'm saying. But I will say this, if you get around people who are healing, who are budgeting, who are building businesses, who are taking care of their peace and speaking life over themselves, that starts to rub off on you too. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing you've outgrown certain spaces. And not only certain spaces, certain people. And like I said before, it's hard sometimes, but sometimes you got to leave people behind in order for you to succeed, family or friend. Everybody cannot go with you into your next season. And it's a tough decision to make, especially when you have loved ones that you don't want to let go. Been there, done that, I must say. And you don't have to necessarily never speak to them again, but you have some type of distance and some type of understanding that that's not who I am anymore. I'm looking for better and bigger, and feel free to come along for the ride if you also want to change. That's an option for them, but don't let it hold you back. Some examples could be like, if everyone around you spends recklessly, like, girl, go ahead and buy it. You deserve it. What you start thinking, I deserve it. I'm going to start buying. If everybody talks down on themselves, stays in survival mode, believes wealth isn't possible, tolerates toxic relationships, you begin to mirror that same image that you're seeing, that you're hearing. They always say, watch your eye gate, watch your ear gate, your mouth gate. Make sure that you're saying things that don't bring you down, listening to things that bring you down, watching things that bring you down. You want to be mindful, because what your mind repeatedly sees, it starts to accept it as the truth. So here's a little exercise for you, little something. Take a look at your circle. Are the people around you watering your growth, or are they draining your life? Because whether we realize it or not, who we spend time with is shaping our future. Now, I love a good comment conversation. Do you believe you become who you hang around? That's the question of the day. All right, as always, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.